about, let's say about a year ago.
Yes.
So,
Linda, can
we'll definitely
do
connect.
the introduction?
Yeah.
So that's Linda.
Hi Linda, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Seto, take it over.
Seth, so I'm Seth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Seth.
Nice to meet you too.
We're so happy to be here, man.
Okay.
And we had a chance to go to the Kwame Nkrumah Museum and his humility, the power that he represents in the world and everything.
Okay.
We're so happy to be a part of this, and you have shared that with
That's
us. In authenticity, we feel all the love from everyone, from Phil picking us up, from everybody else that came and showed us the love. We have experienced nothing but love from everyone since we have landed here in
I'll
Africa.
add more to it. I'm Ghanaian. I was born here. I lived here for like 20 years before I moved to England after I finished uni. And I was just telling them that I can guarantee you 100% that you cannot find this kind of service and pampering anywhere in the country.
Mad.
That's very true. I'm
Thank you
telling
for
you. And look, they're doing a fantastic job. I mean, my family lives here. My family home is at Oman. My dad still lives here. My mom is in England, but my sisters, we've all been going and coming. But I can't even trust my own family.
Yes,
You know,
brother.
like, not that they're gonna squander your money, but the trustworthiness and the stories, they're gonna come. You can't do away with it. It's like, oh, I used your money for this, but I'll pay you back in a week, or just bear with me.
Yes.
Because they're busy. They haven't got the time to be on the project and to do things. So, I mean, this service, I was just telling them that I think they have to scale it up to all the regions in Ghana, because there are lots of people who live abroad in the US and whatnot. They come from different parts of the country, and not everyone wants to live here. So they might say, oh, don't you have a similar project like this in my region that I can... And I was just telling the driver that in the US, let's say, for example, Chipotle. You have it in all the states. So if you have Asarci in Accra, why don't you have it in all the regions? Because they need it. We need this prototype of how people... I've never seen Quaps with my eyes. I bought a piece of land, but I haven't seen this guy. But we talked, I felt his energy.
Immediately.
I've lived in the UK, so I know. I can figure people out straight away. So I knew where he was coming from, his Pan-Africanism, the why, the intention behind the whole project. It wasn't about money. It's not the typical real estate guy who wants to buy land and
He's on a mission.
He's on a mission to change the narrative, to blaze a trail, which we desperately need in Ghana. Because the land is there, but it's all, you know, done in a disorderly way. No, we need at least a similar type of Western style planning. Not so expensive, but taking into consideration the heritage of the people and all that. So they're doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
I can tell you that.
Thanks so much for that. Thanks so much for that. Glad to know that.
My mom,
We give thanks to God.
my mom was in Ghana as at the time I bought the land. So my mom was the one who came to choose the plot for me.
Okay.
I said to her, hey, you go there with your feminine power and just feel the energy
Yes,
and
femininity.
just
You
choose the
always
place
have
for
to.
me.
Yes.
I trust you, you're my mother, I know you want the best for me. But I haven't seen the land with my eye. I haven't seen Quaps before. And I haven't even seen this blog before.
Yes, sir.
But I'd been observing Quaps on the internet for like 3 years.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, And then when I felt the instinctive need to just go to him and say, hey, how much are you selling your land for? I just did it. So I can tell you from a very internal perspective that you're in the right place at the right time for the right reasons.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm glad that you're all part of this. 10 years, 20 years down the line, that's where you're going to see the fruits of your labor. And the fact that you've made the right decision. Now, I'm not getting paid for this. This is not like an advert that I'm getting paid. I'm just speaking from the heart.
Yes, sir.
So I'm glad that you guys are part. If I'm part of something,
Yes, sir.
you should be part of it. I'm one of the most egoistic people in the world. Why? Egoistic for the right reasons. I'll only invest in things that have an eternal and limitless potential or fulfillment. Things that will give you a fulfillment that will never cut short.
Yes, sir.
Things that you can renew. Things that you can have fulfillment out of on a daily basis. That's the type of things I invest in.
Perpetual evolution.
Perpetual,
I believe is what
absolutely.
you're talking about, my
So
brother.
I'm
Yes,
glad
sir.
that you're part of it, and you can see the shades and colors of the quality of the people being attracted to this project. They're not just ordinary people. They're people of very high integrity, come from really rich backgrounds, which if you find these people around you in an environment, it's something you cannot buy with money. It's more like a divine gathering of people around you, your neighbors, the people who bought land from them. They can tell you more about it. So you're in the right place. I can guarantee you that.
There's no question
Yeah.
about it. And I would just like to mention that, again, the authenticity in welcoming us home that we've experienced from Brother Seth, Brother Phil, and of course Brother Richie, you know, who are on the team with Brother Quabs that you spoke so highly of.
Yeah.
I know Quabs would say, one of the first things he would say, he could not do anything without Richie, Seth, and Phil, and the rest of his team. And I think when we're doing things in a way where we always are working towards a greater union, and thinking that way and expanding out like you're talking about to other communities.
Yeah.
But once we get this down in a way where it's just synergizing and we're rocking, the eyes will come to us, man. The
Absolutely.
people will come to us the same way you and I were guided to Quabs.
Yeah.
With my beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with us, bro. We didn't know Quabs we knew him less than you did. We were over there in America.
Yeah.
We knew him for less than a year.
Yeah.
And as soon as I first got on the line with that brother, I told him, I was like, brother, listen, you don't need to pitch me, man.
Yeah.
We're ready to buy right
Yeah,
now.
right now, yeah.
Because see, God had already guided us. We already knew.
Yeah.
It was already affirmed above
Yeah.
that we were in the right place with
At
the
the
right
right time.
people.
That's right.
We have big things to do together.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about, the franchising thing,
Absolutely.
we got to move to that. But we first got to get it down and see that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're here to do, to be a part of that. And we're so grateful to be here.
100%.
Thank you.
We are grateful for
Thank
you
so much
too.
for coming.
Grateful for
Everybody
you.
coming, man. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
you so much.
Thanks so much, bro. Thanks so much.
Uncle Jerry.
Uncle Jerry, come and let's do this.
Welcome, Uncle Jerry.
Yeah. Uncle Jerry is a big brother over here. He's the owner of the place. So anytime that we come
Hi,
here,
Uncle
we
Jerry.
step here
I'm
for
Bright.
breakfast and all that.
Right.
Jerry, Uncle.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
You're from the U.S. as well, aren't you?
How are you?
Los Angeles.
Okay,
Hey,
thanks so
they're
much.
I don't know
from
if
the
that's in the U.S. or not. Is LA in the U.S.?
Yeah, I know, man. We used to think that, didn't we?
I recently moved there. I'm in Houston now.
Oh.
I used to live in England for like 20 years, but my wife is from Houston, so I moved there just about 12 months ago.
Okay, when are y'all gonna come home and give
It's
up
already
that whole
there.
Babylon,
It's already
give
there.
up that whole Babylonian experiment? Anyway.